I want to get back to Hurricane Helene. You talked about it a couple of minutes ago, Pete, and I read an article tonight. We've got 200 people who have died, and hope is fading of finding more survivors.
Oh, it's horrific what has taken place there. And I've had a lot of folks ask me just exactly what happened. So I put together this explainer, as I like to call them. And I want you to start with this, and just kind of a recap of, this is the French Broad River that runs just on the west side of downtown Asheville. So, I mean, look at the debris. It is just horrible what has taken place. Just one of the prettiest parts of the United States. And then you look at, this is Chimney Rock, okay? Right there in North Carolina. So that's the before picture. Now look at this. I mean, it's just hard to believe. So what exactly took place? Well, here's one thing that hasn't been talked about a lot. There was a cold front before Helene even made landfall. Helene was down in the Gulf of Mexico. This cold front, it moved into the Carolinas and stalled right here across the Appalachians. That stalled front, with moisture that was brought up or associated with Hurricane Helene, that brought heavy rain to the area 24 to 48 hours before Helene ever made landfall. And what this is called is, when you have an event set up like this is called a predecessor rain event. So this predecessor rain event took place a day or two before Helene even made landfall. So how much rain did they pick up from that? Remember, there was 20 to 30 plus for the whole event. But a big part of that, 7 to 11 inches and more in some locations, fell, saturating the soils before Helene made landfall, saturating the soils and filling up the rivers, the streams, and all of the creeks. So they didn't have anywhere at all for the water to go before Helene made landfall. And then Helene made landfall. It arrived, and as it moved in and just kind of spun across this part of the United States, it dropped an additional 10 to 20. An additional 10 to 20 on top of the 7 to 11. So there's your 20 to 30 inches plus of rainfall with this system as it moved in. So how much water is that? Well, AT&T Stadium can hold about 800 million gallons of water if we were just filled it up, just for a little perspective here. Helene dumped an estimated 40 trillion gallons of water over North Carolina and Tennessee. That's enough water to fill up AT&T Stadium 51,000 times. And one other factor that played into this was the geography. It just amplified the flooding. The heavy rains, you could see the heavy rains that fell, they fell in the mountains, and that led to just abrupt runoff into the river. That abrupt runoff into the river led to record river heights. The French Broad River, the one there just on the west side of downtown Asheville, it rose from 1.5 feet to 24.5 feet in a matter of about 24 hours, causing widespread severe flooding. And the floodwaters damaged, all the infrastructure is just wiped off. Bridges, clean water in entire counties, not just little locales, but entire counties. It just destroyed all the roads and all of the bridges. So the region, and another problem is, it would be like, Dallas, Fort Worth having a hurricane move in here. This is a region, a part of the country that's just not hurricane prone. People just aren't prepared for this type of event. So it makes it nearly impossible to prepare when you're in a part of the country that just doesn't have events like this. So the combination of the predecessor rain event, the stalling storm systems, and a unique geographical setup, it just created an unprecedented disaster in this part of the United States. Back here at home, across the state of Texas, we are clear, and that's what my forecast has in it tonight. Clear, cool, light winds, 68's the low tonight. Tomorrow it's a dry, sunny, warm day. We hit 93 tomorrow. Hit 93 today, we'll do it again tomorrow. We stay in the 90s through Monday, then a weak little front passes by. Joe, put your clothes on. You're going on the television set here in a moment. 80's in the forecast after that weak cool front, mid to upper 80's, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we stay in the mid to upper 80's as we round out that final of the 7 of the 14 days. Texas OU not this weekend, of course. It is the following Saturday. A warm one for the Texas OU game.
You made a good point. That's beautiful country in the Carolinas. The devastation is just, it makes your heart sink.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff. Of course, we wish them all well. Hopefully everyone's pitching in to help.